The First Quarrel by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Wait a little, you say, you are sure it'll come right. But the boy was born trouble, and looks so wan and so white. Wait. And once waited, I hadn't to wait for long. Now I wait for Harry. No, you are doing me wrong. Harry and I were married. The boy can hold up his head, the boy was born in wedlock, but after my man was dead, I worked for him 15 years, and I work and I wait to the end. I am all alone in the world, and you are my only friend. 2. Doctor, if you can wait, I'll tell you the tale o' my life. When Harry and I were children, he called me his own little wife. I was happy when I was with him, and sorry when he was away. And when we played together, I loved him better than play. He worked me the daisy chain, he made me the cowslip ball, he fought the boys that were rude, and I loved him better than all. Passionate girl though I was, and often at home in disgrace, I never could quarrel with Harry, I had but to look in his face. 3. There was a farmer in Dorset of Harry's kin, that had need of a good stout lad at his farm. He sent, and the father agreed. So Harry was bound to the Dorsetshire farm for years and for years. I walked with him down to the quay, poor lad, and we parted in tears. The boat was beginning to move, we heard them ringing the bell. I'll never love any but you, God bless you, my own little Nell. I was a child, and he was a child, and he came to harm. There was a girl, a hussy, that worked with him up at the farm. One had deceived her and left her alone with her sin and her shame, and so she was wicked with Harry. The girl was the most to blame. Verses and years went over till I that was little had grown so tall, the men would say of the maids, our Nellie's the flower of 'em all. I didn't take heed o' them, but I taught myself all I could to make a good wife for Harry. When Harry came home for good, often I seemed unhappy, and often as happy too, for I heard it abroad in the fields, I'll never love any but you, I'll never love any but you, the morning song of the lark, 11 never love any but you, the nightingale's hymn in the dark. 7. And Harry came home at last, but he looked at me sidelong and shy, vexed me a bit, till he told me that so many years had gone by, I had grown so handsome and tall, that I might forgot him somehow, for he thought there were other lads, he was feared to look at me now. 8. Hard was the frost in the field, we were married o' Christmas Day, married among the red berries, and all as merry as May. Those were the pleasant times, my house and my man were my pride, we seemed like ships the channel sailing with wind and tide. But work was scant in the isle, though he tried the villages round, so Harry went over the Solent to see if work could be found. And he wrote, 6 weeks' work, little wife, so far as I know. I'll come for an hour tomorrow, and kiss you before I go. So I set to writing the house, for wasn't he coming that day? And I hit on an old deal box that was pasted in a corner away. It was full of old odds and ends, and a letter along the rest. I had better put my naked hand in a hornet's nest. 11. Sweetheart, this was the letter I read. You promised to find me work near you. And I wish I was dead. Didn't you kiss me and promise? You haven't done it, my lad, and I almost died o' your going away, and I wish that I had. 12. I too wish that I had, in the pleasant times that had passed, before I quarreled with Harry, my quarrel, the first and the last. 13. For Harry came in, and I flung him the letter that drove me wild, and he told it me all at once, as simple as any child. What can it matter, my lass, what I did my single life? I been as true to you as ever a man to his wife, and she wasn't one o' the worst. Then I said, I'm none o' the best. And he smiled at me, ain't you, my love? Come, little wife, let it rest. The man isn't like the woman, no need to make such a stir. But he angered me all the more, and I said, you were keeping with her, when I was loving you all along and the same as before. And he didn't speak for a while, and he angered me more and more. Then he patted my hand in his gentle way, let bygones be bygones. You kept yours hushed, I said, when you married me. Bygones become agains. And she, in her shame and her sin, you'll have her to nurse my child, if I die o' my lying in. You'll make her its second mother. I hate her, and I hate you. Harry, my man, you had better beaten me black and blue than spoken as kind as you did, when I were so crazy spite. Wait a little, my lass, I am sure it'll all come right. 14. And he took 3 turns in the rain, and I watched him, and when he came in I felt that my heart was hard, he was all wet through to the skin, and I never said, off wi, the wet, I never said, on wi, the dry, so I knew my heart was hard, when he came to bid me goodbye. You said that you hated me, Ellen, but that isn't true, you know. I'm going to leave you a bit, you'll kiss me before I go? 15. Going. You're going to her, kiss her. If you will, I said. I was near my time wi, the boy, I must ha, been light my head. I had sooner be cursed than kissed, I didn't know well what I meant, but I turned my face from him, and he turned his face and he went. XV1. And then he sent me a letter, I've gotten my work to do. You wouldn't kiss me, my lass, and I never loved any but you. I am sorry for all the quarrel and sorry for what she wrote. I ha, 6 weeks work in Jersey and go tonight by the boat. 17. And the wind began to rise, and I thought of him out at sea, and I felt I had been to blame. He was always kind to me. Wait a little, my lass, I am sure it'll all come right. And the boat went down that night. The boat went down that night.